Hey guys, thanks for watching. I wanted to make this video because this is the wrap-up video for the 2016 Long Beach City Championship, which I played in last weekend. Now I didn't film because I really wanted to play well, and I thought that doing any filming, I even thought about maybe I'll do a little vlog before the round and after each round, and I really only wanted to go out and try to do my best, actually go out and try to shoot a score. So basically the format of the tournament is there's a championship flight, which is for under, handicaps under 3, and then there's flighted otherwise. So right now my handicap is a 3.6 going into this tournament, and so I did the A flight, so that's the first of the flighted tournaments. So it was a lot of fun, and we'll just go through it each one. This might be a little boring to some of my kind of casual subscribers, but to my people who are really paying attention to the journey of Be Better Golf and my game getting better, I think this will be pretty interesting to watch. So anyway, it's a tournament that's 3 rounds of golf, so 54 holes at 3 different courses. The first is at Recreation Park in Long Beach. The second is at El Dorado, where I am now, and the third is at Skylinks. So I haven't played a real amateur tournament, other than men's club things and stuff like that. I haven't played an actual tournament in 2 years. So I was pretty jazzed up for it, pretty nervous and everything, the butterflies you get and just the days coming up for it, especially too, because just knowing that all your friends are going to be looking at your scores, asking how you did, all that other stuff. And also too, when playing in a tournament is a very strange feeling, because there's no safety net. There's no oh, I'll just take a double, or just give me an 8, or anything like that. I mean, every single shot counts. So before the tournament, the main thing that I wanted to make sure of was that putts this long, 4 feet and in, I practiced those for 4 days in a row. I did the Phil Mickelson thing where I made 100 putts in a row from a 3-foot circle around the hole. I did that. That was the first time I actually ever accomplished it. Years ago I had tried it, and I only got, I think, to 77 before I missed one. This year I actually did it. I was feeling really confident about those short putts, which kind of gave me confidence in my the rest of my short game, because I just knew if I could get it to that range, I had a great chance of putting it in. So that's something I did really well in the tournament. I made every single putt from 4 feet or in, every single one, and I had a lot of them. The greens were incredibly fast at one of the courses, pretty fast at the other, and slow at the other. So I had 3 different kinds of green speeds, and I made every single putt from here in, more from here in, 4 feet and in. So that was great, and so let's just go through it. My first round, I teed off and I bogeyed this is how the first hole went. I hit a snap hook left off the tee, very nervous, and then I hit a 4-iron close to under a tree, close to the green, and then I chipped it to about I'd say about 6.5 feet, and I made that putt. So that really set and made par. So that really set a great tone for, okay, I can make putts under pressure. And then going through the round, not to just belabor this much longer, but I played really solid that first round, and I shot 74, 2 over par, which was really good. That's actually my lowest. That was my lowest score in a tournament ever, as far as gross score. I've shot lower than that obviously I've shot much lower than that in just regular play and even money matches and things like that. But as far as walking official, the whole real tournament thing, that's the lowest score I've had. So that felt great. I made 1 birdie and 3 bogeys. My chipping the whole tournament, and pitching, really, thanks to the work I did with Monty in the pitching prescription video, which is connected to this, that you guys should get. But my pitching, if I had played this tournament before I started doing this pitching work with Monty, I have no idea how I would have done. I mean, I definitely wasn't ready. But now that I have my regular game and I can actually have some competency in pitching, it's just it's made it so much more fun and so much better. Anyway, so my pitching was very, very good, and ended up shooting 74, like I said. Second day I came out here to El Dorado Park, and the greens were just absolutely perfect. They had them in really great shape. And just going off the first hole, again, I tugged it left, went into the trees, had to chop out, hit it on the green, and two-putted. Missed a putt from about 11 feet and made a bogey to start off the round, so that was kind of nasty. And then made a good par, made another good par. Then on the fourth hole, I hit it against the fence and had to take an unplayable. So I had a penalty stroke there and made a bogey on a par 5. All in all, I did not play the par 5s as well as I should have this tournament. But through the rest of the round, I chipped so awesome, and then coming on to, and I did other things. Like if I was missing with my irons, it wasn't by much. My sequencing of my swing was really, really great. Something that I've been working on really hard has been not to overspin and everything with my lower body, and I did a really great job of it. Both the first 2 days. I mean, my ball striking was awesome. Obviously, it could be better, but I mean, it was just really good to do it, and to do it under pretty intense pressure. I mean, for me anyway. Coming into the last hole, the 18th hole of par 5, I had a 12-foot putt for birdie, and I made it. Shot 73 on Saturday, so that was now my lowest score ever. I had shot 74, then I shot 73. Which was which was tied for the best round of the day in my flight. So I had a 3-stroke lead going into the final day. The name was up on the board. I was feeling really good, really confident, because I played the best at Skylinks of all these courses out here. Skylinks is a much more linksy style. It's firmer. If you hit a straight drive fairly solidly, it'll just bound and bound and bound and keep rolling forever. So I was really confident going into the last day. The thing that pressure does to you when you have a lot of pressure, it doesn't really change your swing that much. It doesn't really, I mean, once you're kind of into it, you kind of end up playing about the same. But the thing that pressure does do that will mess up your game is it affects your sleep. I mean, the night before each one of these rounds, I was like, the first round in particular and the third round, before those 2 rounds, I was like a nervous wreck. I hardly sleep. And so anyway, I went into the final round, and that day the tone was a little bit different. I met the guy who was trailing me by 3 shots, and he came with a caddy, and it was hit a great shot off the first tee, and made a par. Had a really pretty straightforward chance for an up and down birdie on the par 5 second, but barely missed the putt. Hit a good shot on the third hole and off the tee into a divot, and then at that point the air kind of went out of my tires a little bit, and 3 days of golf. You know, you guys watch basically all the golf that I play on this channel. I'm like a 9-hole golfer for the most part. So I was fitness-wise, I think I could have been a little bit more prepared for that. Probably by the 3rd day, since they did let you take carts, I probably should have either gotten a cart or gotten an umbrella for the top of my push cart that you guys see that I use, because it was pretty oppressively hot. It was in the 90s and pretty humid, and it was starting to drain me. And as I got more tired, the more and more I started to swing with my lower body, and I started to fight like snap hooks and stuff. So all said and done, at the end of the day, I had some real, I don't know, some bad luck also mixed in with some really bad shots, and some okay shots too. Shot 41 or 42, I forget what. I think 40, I don't know, something like that on the front. And then on the back, I started to bring it together just a little bit, made a birdie on 10. But then, so going into the 15th hole, I was now tied for the lead. I had lost and then regained my lead. It's a par 3, and did the same thing. I swung real hard with the hips, left everything behind, caught it on the toe a little bit on this par 3, and it was headed straight at the pin. But you know, those toe ones, they don't have that Tom Watson drill through the wind. They get affected real bad when you don't hit it correctly, spun up, went in the water. Made a double bogey, and that basically ended my chances at first place. But over the last 2 holes, I played well and held off the guy that was charging hard from 3rd place, and I got solo 2nd place in the tournament. So all in all, it was really exciting to play in the tournament. It's something that I'm going to be doing more of. I'm going to be doing, and as I get more comfortable with it, I'll start filming it. Or filming is real difficult. I mean, to be honest, like the vlogs you guys see, I would probably play better if I wasn't filming, but so that's why I don't. And plus, I think there's rules against using electronic devices in tournaments as far as like filming yourself. So I might have somebody come out and shoot some of the holes. So all in all, it was a real positive experience. If you guys have any tips for me as far as things that I can do to make my tournament play better, I mean, obviously it's just reps as well, just doing it more and more. So I just wanted to give this video, if you guys watched this long, thank you for listening to basically my poker bad beat story. If you guys, so if you watched this long, I really thank you. It means you're a really dedicated Be Better golfer. And so I just wanted to share this experience with you, and maybe you guys can draw on this some words of advice that I have when you guys are going into tournaments, and things that I noticed after this tournament that I hadn't really crystallized yet. Was one, I kind of knew, but the importance of making those 4 feet and in putts when you're really playing for money, and there's no joking around, and every single putt, regardless of length, is not given. It has to be made to be counted. You just have to do those drills that are in my video with the putting alley. I think is amazing. I use that every day before I play it, and there's a link for it in the description below. And also that circle drill, I did, and then also lag putting. I do this thing where I putt not to holes before rounds, because that can kind of mentally wear you out. I try to putt to the fringes, and then also in tournaments, also relying on a routine. And for me, I'm a real active person. I'm real kind of a little bit fidgety, and so I need lots of things to do in between the shots. So I make sure that I bring lots of little snacks. So I have always like little things to look forward to. And one great tip that I got from a professional pool player, kind of like a pool hustler, is that when you play under intense pressure to get, and I don't know, this could just be like a wives' tale or whatever, but I think it works. You get extremely cold water, like a big bottle of ice water, and you bring that with you, and you take little sips of it, like little sips of it, like all day. And so I was having to pee constantly, but doing this, these little sips of very cold water, and kind of breathing through the cold water into you and focusing on your breath, really helps too. We're getting into some of the weeds of my techniques of how I did it, but anyway, so I'll go more into that, like playing under pressure, because I did a great job of it the first 2 days. I actually felt way more nervous the first 2 days than I did the last day. It's just the last day I felt kind of tired, and my swing started to get real sloppy. And I started missing in places that you just can't recover from. It wasn't like my chipping could save me, even though my chipping was still very sharp. It wasn't like it could save me because I'd be behind a tree, or I'd be in the water, places that you're not allowed to drop from. So, not free anyway. So, thanks for watching this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and see you next time.